Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full of show on the internet. Well, I came back from the Amex yesterday and these boys watched it. It was West Ham 1, Brighton 1. 1 point gained or 2 points lost?
2 points lost.
2 lost,
I think we said that yesterday when we done the reaction. I said, like, at the beginning of last week, if you'd have said point at Old Trafford, point at Brighton, you probably would have took it. But when the position we was in yesterday, I think the game was there for the taking, and I think that like just a lack of concentration towards the end of the game, and Nuno's subs that he brought on towards the end, we just sat too deep. You could see it coming. You know, Brighton, that was their first shot on target. They had no shots on target on 90 minutes, and in that passage of play, I think they had 4 in one spell. So it comes down to individual errors with us. But look, it's, you know, if you'd have said to me when I see that starting lineup yesterday, a point, I'd say, yeah, I'd take that, because I honestly thought we was going to get overrun in midfield with Rodriguez. And no disrespect to him, but he's not the quickest, is he? But I thought he played actually all right yesterday. He didn't do anything wrong.
I thought watching him now, I mean, it looks different on the telly, so you know I've only got a limited view, but it looked like he wasn't getting close enough at times.
I think the good thing what he had around him yesterday, or what he hasn't had around him before when he's played, is Fernandes. Fernandes was everywhere yesterday, breaking up the play. It's a shame that we said it yesterday. It's a shame that Nuno just didn't go with Potts and Magassa from the start, because, as we said, I know that they only played on Wednesday, but Magassa would have been on such a high man-of-the-match performance, scoring against United. Even if you drop one of them, drop Potts, because Potts has played more football. But I would have just given both a start. But
yeah, that's the thing. I see some people go, "Oh, look, see, Nuno was right. Look how we played with Rodriguez." But you think, well, how much better could we have played with better players like a Potts or a Magassa? Who would have played better?
Listen. At this point in juncture, game management is key in these games, because you can get overrun by the amount of fixtures that are coming. You know what I mean? Like, so I do understand.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I said this yesterday, right? Is, you know, we're talking about games coming thick and fast. You know, we've not had any Carabao. We've not had any Europe, right? We've just had Premier League, right? All season apart from that one Carabao game. And we are fighting for survival. I said this to them yesterday. You know, you have Arsenal. You know, when a game's in the balance, are they going to be dropping Saka and dropping Declan Rice when they're going for a title? What we're going for, to me, is more important than the title. It's our survival. So we should be playing our best team as much as we can. Unless you get someone, say Potts comes out and he goes, "This, I'm fucked." But I think they could have played.
It's not like we had a game Wednesday, Sunday. It's a gap in between Brighton and Villa, so there's a good rest period there for them boys. Start them, and after 65, 70 minutes, if they're getting a bit leggy, then make the subs.
See, I'm 50-50 on this one, because I would say Thursday, Sunday, that's a quick turnaround, and you're travelling as well in between that. So you're travelling from Manchester.
Yeah, they're not travelling on coaches.
No, I understand.
And why didn't he start Kyle Walker-Peters then? And give Wan-Bissaka a rest.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Wan-Bissaka's going to the AFCON next week, and so is Diouf. So he's probably thinking, well, I can get the maximum out of them because they're going to the AFCON.
Yeah, but they're going to the AFCON to play more football, so they're going to have the same issue.
I'm saying, that's not his issue, is it, for the next one?
Well, no, it's going to be his issue when they come back, because they're going to end up burning out. If that's his concern, is because there's no way, in my opinion, that young Magassa and young Freddie Potts wouldn't have been bang up.
No, I understand,
Sunday's
but there is concepts of this. There's a lot of football coming. Potts, he's only young. You know what I mean? You have to manage his game time. You have to.
He's not 17 though. He's like 21.
No, I understand, but you still have to manage their game time.
And don't forget, Potts hasn't been playing all season.
No,
he only came in really under Nuno.
Well, Same as Magassa. I think maybe the feeling is that they're so important players now that they don't want them to get little injuries away. Because, you know, I don't know what his thinking is behind it. I really don't. But I've got to say this: it worked. It worked because we frustrated them. They didn't play very well. I thought we played very well, and there was people to come off the bench and listen. I think he done the wrong thing in the end, but. I
was surprised that he actually started Somerville, bearing in mind that he hasn't played for the last few games. he would have been a better option to come off the bench after about 60 minutes. And obviously, Paqueta comes straight back into the team.
I thought that was the wrong decision.
Yeah, look, I can see why people think that, but I think Paqueta yesterday, I think he had an all right game.
I can't think of anything. There was a couple of decent through balls, but I can't think of anything he really did that was amazing, that stood out to me. And that's not... Coming back from what he done, I want to see a lot more from him. So yeah, you maybe could have got away with him not starting. Maybe you could have had Magassa and then push Fernandes up and had Paqueta have to earn his way back.
Fernandes had a great 10 though. Fernandes is a good 8. He's brilliant in there.
Why not?
Because I don't think he is.
Why? Based on what?
From what I've seen.
Okay.
The creativity. He's not a creative.
No, but I think it's an option. I'm not saying he... Yeah, but Nick, what does Paqueta create? How many assists has Paqueta
I think he's a more creative player.
How many assists has he got?
No, he hasn't got any.
One in his last
6 games. But I didn't say that. I said I wouldn't have played him.
No. But what I'm saying is, well, then who do you play in the 10? Because we have had Souček in the 10 against Liverpool, I think it was. We ain't got a clearly defined 10, like attacking midfield.
I don't know. I think Fernandes is very... I mean, because he wasn't going with Magassa and Potts as well, I think Fernandes is vital in that middle. But
who would you have played in the 10 if you didn't? Because you're saying you wouldn't have started Paqueta. So who would you have played there? Fernandes is the most sensible option.
Somerville?
What?
He could play in the 10.
Why would you play him? His whole thing is like his pace and getting down the channels.
I don't know. You're asking me who could play in the 10. I'm
asking you who would want to play, not who can.
No, I don't know. I don't know, but not him.
But you're saying to not start Paqueta.
Souček. I'd rather go Souček than him.
So Souček's more creative than Fernandes.
I don't care about creative.
You just said Fernandes isn't creative.
Yeah, he isn't creative. He's more
creative than Souček.
Is he?
I think.
Yes.
I mean, Fernandes played that role at Southampton, so he can play that role.
Yeah.
And you can see that he's got that in his game. But I agree. I think I prefer him playing a little bit more defensive because the way he breaks up play and gets the ball forward is what we need at the moment, especially when you're playing someone like Rodriguez in there. Maybe if we had Potts and Magassa in there, then Fernandes playing that little bit forward, then he could suit that role. But yeah, I mean, I think it just looks. I mean, when you look at that starting lineup yesterday, I thought the bench looked stronger than what the starting lineup did.
Yeah.
You know, and it just shows that this is where we're lacking. I mean, United we could have gone there and won. Brighton we should have won. It's just the final
Liverpool
third,
we should have won.
Yeah, the final third. It seems to slow down a bit. And like Wilson come on yesterday, and I thought Wilson done well when he come on. You know, he was involved straight away.
The thing is with him, right? And this is the thing. Wilson. I think Wilson is probably the best striker we've had since Demba Ba, I reckon.
Well, Arnautovic.
Arnie.
Yeah, Sacco, Arnautovic.
Sacco was good in goals. Like he scored a few goals at the beginning of his career, but I didn't think he was great.
He weren't all there up top.
I honestly think, like, if you watched Wilson's movement yesterday, the way he closed balls down, the way he was reading the play, where they was going to pass it and all that,
he's a proper striker.
He's a proper striker, yeah. And we haven't had that for maybe it's just me that we've been fucking deprived of one for so long.
He's the only. I can't remember the last time we bought a natural. But then again, there's been other players that, like we've had Scamacca, Haller. Players like that was never really given a chance, a fair crack by some of the fans.
Yeah,
they wanted him out. So, like they didn't score after 2 games. Like Fulkrug, look, he's looking to leave on loan in January without the obligation to buy. So we're literally just going to loan him out, which is ridiculous. But we've got to get someone else in because as much as I think Wilson's done well, he's not going to probably last all season. Sorry, I don't mean it as he's going to get injured. I mean that like we can't just rely on him.
No, that's right.
And as I said yesterday, though, I think Jarrod Bowen showed yesterday why he's in the team because if anyone was going to get a goal from anyone yesterday, it was going to be him.
Yeah.
And he took the goal well. He had a couple of chances. He hit the shot that the keeper saved. He pulled off the double save with Somerville doing the scissor kick. Somerville had a couple of chances. He should have buried them.
His finishing is his weakness.
Yeah, he's got to get that in his game because if he does, he'll be a complete
dangerous
player
player,
because he's got pace, he's got skill, he can take people on, and then if he gets his finishing right, it's just I was disappointed after the game yesterday because I thought that we'd done enough to win. We should have won, but we've thrown it away again, and we've gone from being outside the relegation zone to now being 2 points adrift. And with the games we've got coming up, we've got to hope that we're putting the performances to try to get something out of Villa and City, which is, it's not likely because they're two informed teams at the moment. But then we've got to hope that teams around us don't pick up points to pull away, because I think the 4 after that is teams all around us, isn't it? I think we play Brighton again at the end of the month. We've got Forest, Fulham, and Wolves as well, haven't we?
Yeah, start of January.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. That's like a mini tournament just there, and we've got to make sure that we get as maximum points as we can.
But you got to move into that is it. At this juncture, it's points. It's points over performance. You've got to get them points on the board, right? But I was quite happy with the performance. I think what he done yesterday, Nuno, starting lineup, everyone questioned it. He obviously worked on it in training. It worked, right? Defensively solid, it worked. Not a lot of creativity up front. Bowen again, not great form. Showed his rustiness in front of goal, right? That's great, right? Then he brought Wilson on, and all of a sudden, Wilson within 50 seconds assists the goal. We get the goal, right? And then what Nuno does then is we then create another couple of chances with Wilson, yeah. So Wilson is a handful. Yeah?
You could see he's hungry to get that 100 goal.
He is a handful, right? He gets that chance. I didn't see how wide that chance was.
For his wages.
Yeah,
that's how he gets his wages.
No, but he had a chance where he should have squared it to Bowen. He should have squared it to Bowen. There's a couple. I think Somerville had one where he should have squared it to Bowen.
But I'm just saying, like, we come on, we create the chances, right? They're going for it now, and now we go for now. And instead of just leaving that dynamic like that, he then starts changing it, and I don't get it.
He tried to shore it up. The thing is with Nuno, he gets to a certain point, and he thinks, I just want to see this game out now instead of going for it. So I think sometimes if he actually goes for it, like Everton away, for example, when his first game, we could have gone for it there, we'd have won. There's been many times, Bournemouth. There's loads of games I've watched under Nuno, because I have seen improvements under Nuno. There is been defensively. There's a lot of improvements under Nuno than what we was under Potter. So I can see we are getting there, but the thing is, we just don't want to run out of time, and we don't want to find ourselves adrift, because
he's picking up draws, right? With how he's playing. Right, let's just see the game out.
If we'd won another 3 games, these draws would be brilliant.
Yeah,
they would be excellent. They'd be excellent draws.
Yeah.
They'd be great points. The fact that we're sitting in the bottom 3.
Yeah, listen, you are going to that win at Bournemouth. These 2 draws look even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then, when you think about it, like we could have won the game against Liverpool. We could have won the game. There's so many games where you could say we could have, should have, would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Leeds and Brentford that we just chucked away by playing these mad teams, right? And you think about these, and you think. Win them 2, like we could have and we should have, really. Win the Leeds game, the Bournemouth game, win this game. And you talked about us being in the fucking top 4, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the context of how we've got the draws and not the wins, and it is that mentality of sit back, invite the teams onto us, and soak up pressure.
It was Bournemouth all over again.
I mean, we've only got one clean sheet this season. That was against Nuno's Forest.
Yeah.
Every other, I felt a bit sorry for Areola yesterday, because I thought he played really well, pulled off some important saves for us. But yeah, look, their goal was, there was a lot of things that could have been called up there. There was the overhead kick that Mavropanos, if he goes down, holds his head, they look at that. Obviously, the handball incident, which it is the right decision. But as I said to you before this, if he would have controlled that with his arm and then turned and hit it, they would have ruled it out.
It's madness.
It's a mad rule, but
madness.
It is the rule. So, it's just that lack of concentration.
All of this passage of play nonsense is the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen, because I think Shankly once said about the offside rule, and this is obviously not offside. If you can't, when they used to do interfering with play and all that, if you're not interfering with play, you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Or you're not playing. You know what I mean? Like, everyone there and every decision and every player on that pitch is interfering with play. And so the high foot was a high foot. Should have been called. I said it at the time. And when they went to VAR, I turned around to people around me. I went, that's a foul.
I think that's because it's not actually hit him.
That's 100%. It's just brushed past him. It don't matter. It's a high foot. Any other part of the pitch, right, that gets called as a foul. If it's not attacking, If he goes up like that in the midfield, he'd call it as a foul.
What you're saying? If he's nowhere near any fucker,
Yeah.
you go for an overhead kick.
No. You got to be near. If players ahead, it's dangerous play. Like you can get sent off for intent. You know, but by going like that when you're in your, when you're on your own outside the box and whatever, yeah. But when you're doing that in a crowded penalty box where people are likely to put their heads, it's dangerous play. Yeah. It is dangerous play, right? Don't get me wrong. If it was the other way around, maybe I'd be saying a different thing. But I'm just saying, like I am saying right now, that doing that in a crowded penalty box when somebody's going to be going for it, it's dangerous play, right? They get away with that one. Then he controls it. How is it? It's all in the same phase of play.
Yeah, I think what saved him as well is that he didn't actually hit his arm first, did he? He hit his body, then his arm. That's why they claim it as accidental.
He was going that way.
His arm was there, and it's come up, it's bounced off of him and then onto his arm. So that's what they've looked at, is it's accidental. He hasn't moved his arm. His arm.
Do you know what the problem is, right? I believe it was Everton against Newcastle had a goal ruled out for accidental handball. And that's the issue, is the consistency.
But did they score direct from it? That's the difference, because it was another passage of play, wasn't it?
So.
That's the thing that you've got to look at.
But I don't see how it can be different passages.
No, I know. It's the balls in play. It's the balls, for me, unless it goes out, it's still the same passage of play. The balls, it doesn't matter if the ball goes there, then comes back. He's handballed it, it's handball. But yeah, unfortunately,
it's the rules, it's the
I mean, look,
I understand.
As you said, you've got to look at it. If that was up the other end, and
you'd be screaming,
we'll be saying, and if it was Wheeler scored that goal, we'd be sitting in there saying, well, that's the rules. So
I'd be fuming if I was a West Ham fan that was ruled out a last-minute equaliser for that. I would hate to see that.
But I see two different... I see the interviews yesterday with Bowen and Tadibo.
You go back to, do you remember when Declan Rice, when we equalised against Sheffield United years ago?
And it bounced up on his arm.
See, that's where they've looked and changed the rules. But you look back at incidents over
Antonio had one at Chelsea and all, didn't he?
Even this season, there's been a few in different games. So, yeah, it's always a difficult one when it goes against you.
But I see two interviews now, two different. Jared Bowen saying, look, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You have to take it on the chin, blah, blah, blah. Tadibo was furious. It's like, it's so obvious. I can't see how obvious this is and all that sort of thing.
Well, he's a defender, isn't he, as well? So
I've got to say, I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah, him and Mavropanos and Kilman.
What a transformation Tadibo has had.
But there's so many factors now why I think we're going to be okay. We need to get that front line. He's worked on the defence. It's not perfect.
No,
it's functional.
You're always going to have mistakes. I mean, the thing is, I think what the difference is with Tadibo is that Nuno's come in and put his arm around him and told him, you know what, you are a good defender. Go and show everyone, because he lost a lot of confidence under Potter and Lopetegui as well.
A lot of people did, apparently. Yeah. Potter wasn't a very nice man.
So it just shows that, and you can see in his performances, and Mavropanos has come back into the team and he's done well. Kilman yesterday, I thought, had a decent game. Wan-Bissaka's now back to what he was. It's a shame we're going to lose both of them.
I think that's why the young kid came on yesterday.
They're
trying him out.
This is the thing. There's a lot there where you could say, do you know what, we will be all right, but it's not enough for me to be fully confident.
We need to get the forward line in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, look, Scott ain't here again today, but he is not. He's adamant that he's not having Nuno. There's a lot of people adamant of not having Nuno. What are we going to do?
I don't think there's any better.
We ain't got any choice.
What are we going to do?
And the thing is with Nuno as well.
And he's improved the side.
He's taken over Potter's squad. So let's get to January. Let him bring in a couple of signings, see what he can improve there. And then hopefully he keeps us up and we can go again in the summer. But for people to say they haven't seen improvements under Nuno, I mean, he didn't have to do much really to improve what Potter done, but I've seen improvements.
We're much better under Nuno, right? And I would look at this run of results as really good, a good start for Nuno, had we not been in the bottom three.
In the Potter bottom.
Where we need wins, and his game management as kind of the reason why we ain't turned.
He is not perfect. He is not perfect by a long shot.
He has to learn.
He has to learn.
He can't keep doing that thing where we go a goal up, maybe we're fortunate to get two, and then sit back and then try it, because we're obviously not good enough to see games out, are we?
No.
All right, mate.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, we're obviously not good enough to hold on to and see games out by just inviting teams on. We have to keep going and giving teams because we just throw 11 men behind the ball.
No, he's made a mistake there. It's Bournemouth all over again.
Because you know,
Bournemouth. You're on the ascendancy.
Yeah.
You're doing well. You're causing them issues, and as soon as you take them, that's what I was saying about Wilson. Wilson was causing issues until they took all the threat off. As soon as they took the threat off, then Wilson was
nothing to fear.
Then Wilson was a stupid sub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you might as well chucked on another defender at that point.
I mean, I probably think that's probably the worst Brighton performance I've seen against us. I mean, we've only beaten once in 17 games, so they are a bogey team for us. So when you find yourself 1-0 up and you're going to extra time, as soon as he held up, I could see. And even when they scored, I thought to myself, do you know what? They're probably going to get a second now. Because they were just on top.
I think we did well to limit them to having to take shots from outside the box, and that's where
we defended really well. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But then
Mavropanos should have won it for us at the end.
He should have, yeah.
Mate, that's criminal. He's got to get on target.
He shuts his eyes. He takes his eye off the ball. He does it all the time. When you watch Mavropanos, I've never known a defender to take his eye off the ball. That's why he makes so many mistakes sometimes. But that header, he should be burying that. He should be the match winner. He should be diving in that fucking crowd, and they should all be fucking crowd surfing him.
Yeah, he has a few of them.
It's the same situation.
That's why we just don't score from set pieces because we haven't got the threats in the box.
He's a threat.
Yeah,
he's a threat.
But he's not.
Big
he can't be a threat if he's not.
He's not looking.
When you look at the lumps we've got, especially going against Brighton yesterday. I mean, apart from Dunk, like they weren't that tall, So we should have been dominating in them areas, but.
I have to say, we have to stop Bowen taking corners. Please, God, stop him taking corners.
He's awful at taking corners.
He is, and
I love the geezer.
Yeah, listen, Pint was shit at taking corners as well. But
so was Di Canio.
How can you let someone who's so shit at take corners keep taking corners when there's better players? Like Fernandez is better, Potts is better when he's on the pitch at taking corners. Better.
I don't get it.
He's good at so many things, and corners is not one of them.
I don't know how you can watch 10 corners in a row like that, though.
Potts and Fernandez, they're right-footed, didn't they? So to take, that's Bowen takes them from the left side.
He's got to be a better crosser than Bowen.
Yeah.
Listen,
Bowen is shocking at corners.
We don't know.
And he's a good goal threat. So you have him on the edge of the box or something, pings down.
Maybe Geoff don't want to take the corners. Some people ain't confident to take corners in front
just
of
make
crowds.
someone else left-footed take
Some people ain't got the bottle to go and stand in front of a home crowd and take a corner.
I don't know. But he's just shit at it, and I don't want to see him take them.
I was very disappointed yesterday.
I mean, Geoff yesterday was a good battle with the Brighton winger, but Geoff once again, he sometimes he gets caught out going for. I mean, yesterday, I don't know what's happening with his crossing in the first half. 2 of them he knocked straight out of play.
Yeah, very unlikely.
He needs a bit of confidence taking people on. He seems like he just wants to get it out of his foot, which sometimes a good thing. But have a bit of confidence to take people on because I'm sure he's got it. He's got a lot of pace.
Yeah.
He knocks it past people. 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to win that race.
The thing is, mate, in the next couple of weeks, we're not going to have him. So
no. And that's what makes think like, what do we go in? Is he going to go Walker Peters as right back, and then is he just going to move maybe Kilman to left back? He's played out.
No, he's given a couple of youngsters. Scholes he's about, and I don't know if he's injured or not.
Well, we ain't seen him, but donkeys. It seems
Scholes is about, and he's given that kid a debut yesterday. So
it's a lot.
I think during AFCON he'll stick with the 3 at the back.
He's probably going to have to.
He'll play Mavropanos, Kilman and Tadibo, and then
just to shore it up.
He'll play Walker Peters right wing back, and then
Somerville left wing back.
Yeah, Somerville left wing back.
Yeah, he's played that.
Probably what he'll do.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like that, the thing that not my confidence in staying up is Leeds' home form is quality. Elland Road is a 12th man for them, and they've got goals in them.
Listen, Wolves are down.
Yeah,
if you think about it, it's a battle now between us, Forest, Burnley, I think will be down as well. They've lost 6 in a row now. Yeah. I think they're going the same way as Wolves. Right?
Yeah, but they've lost 6 in a row, but they're still like in touch distance. Now they can go on a good run.
They're like a point behind us, aren't they, or something?
Yeah. But
Fulham are in it.
Fulham, just about.
What do you mean? We're only 4 points behind.
I know,
Fulham.
but just about. I think their form's good enough, Fulham.
We'll see if we beat them.
I think it's a battle between us, Leeds and Forest, if I'm honest.
Well, you got Brentford as well in 14th. They're on 19 points. Bournemouth in 13th on 20. So it only takes them to go on a bad run, and then they get dragged into it. So
you're in it. Yeah. So that's the thing is, I just look at us. I see other teams that are more capable of picking up wins than us, more capable of scoring goals than us.
But there's some teams that have played the likes of Wolves, who you've got to think is you're going to get the points. Leeds at home, who you've got to think you've got to get the points. We don't think we're going to get them points. We might as well stop going.
We didn't get the points against Leeds, did we?
No, at home.
Oh, at home.
Leeds at home. We've got Leeds at home.
Is our home
really
form good? Yeah, that's what I'm about. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying.
This is what I said yesterday. I'm more confident when we're away from home.
Yeah, we've got to play Wolves twice.
That's what I'm
saying. Some of them teams have already played Wolves.
So those teams have. What do you mean? We've got to play Leeds twice. Wolves twice. Oh right, yeah. So yeah, you got with that. But yeah, we've. I think. Leeds, they've got a home advantage. Forest have a home advantage. We don't. And I think that hurts us. I think the next run of games are crucial. I think
we'll be okay.
We have to start getting points in games.
We have to start
We're
winning.
Not expecting to get them now.
Villa are on a good run of form, but they're beatable. They've lost games this season. Like playing them at home on Sunday, if we can get it right and get the team out and they're up for it, there's no reason why we can't give them.
Do you think we can win if we go a goal up and we sit back?
No.
No, you can't invite teams like that. You can't invite anyone on in the Premier League. It don't matter. Even Wolves, you can't go 1-0 up against Wolves.
Well, we did. That's what we did. Exactly what we done against Wolves, and we lost in a fucking cup game.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It's a cup game, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's still the same fucking shit.
We can't invite. You can't do it with any teams in the Premier League. So
do you know the problem is with Wolves? What is sometimes when they're down, they actually start playing better.
No, but the thing is when teams are like that. They look at games like you as the winnable one, and then they'll go and fucking fold against the Cities and their Villas, and then they'll save everything for you. Like that's
it's like what we do. And then Villa have got a European game away this week. I mean, they could play their European game on Saturday night, and they'll probably still turn up on Sunday and beat us. Like it's that next crucial. I'm just hoping that we can get through Villa and City. And we're still in touching distance, and there's like only a 2-point or 3-point gap, and it gives us 4 games to try to maximum 12 points, and which is a tough ask because we haven't fucking won 4 in a row for about since 1942. But you know what I mean? It's a run of games where we can look at it and think. But as you said, they'll be looking at it as well. Teams will be targeting us.
Yeah.
So it's all there to play for, really, with all these teams down there.
I think we've got the quality. I really do. I think we've got the quality to get out of it. When all's said and done, I think we've got the quality.
But we need to start seeing the quality show up.
Yeah.
Because if Leeds can go and take it to Man City, take it to Liverpool,
I'm going to give you my prediction.
Take it to Chelsea.
I'm going to give you my prediction.
Yeah.
It'll be Wolves, Burnley, Leeds.
Yeah, but like I just said, Leeds beat Chelsea. They drew against Liverpool. They nearly beat Man. That's your justification. There's a long way to go.
Yeah, there's a long way.
They've shown something that we haven't shown. But because there's a long way to go, we've got the advantage.
Yeah, but you also see the time we can start showing it and they can start dropping off. We've
maybe,
seen that,
but we need to see it first.
We do need to see it, yeah.
Until we see it.
But I'm just giving you my prediction. Give me my early prediction.
I think, listen, I'm not saying we're definitely going down, but you to be as confident as you are, I think, is not based off anything but hope.
I don't think you've got games. I've seen the performances.
It don't matter whether you turn up or you don't turn up.
I watched the performances. They're better performances than we was there 2 months ago. I would turn around and said,
you've got no reason to be as confident.
I have, because I
don't matter whether you turn. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The results ain't improved.
Yes, they have.
Not enough to keep us up. We're in the bottom 3, mate.
So what?
We're in the bottom 3.
2/3 of the season to go yet.
So we're going to keep drawing here and drawing there, or what? When we're going to start winning games?
I'm just saying they're improving.
I just think your confidence is arrogance. That's not based on anything.
We'll see at the end of the season.
I'm not saying we're going down, but I think it's silly for you to sit here and be as confident as you are.
Because I'm watching the performances. I'm watching the performances improve.
I was watching the Liverpool performance was shocking. Everyone said it was shit. So how is it improving? We have good, bad.
Mate,
the Bournemouth
come on, look at Potter. Look at now.
I'm not.
Look at Potter. Look at now. You cannot tell me there ain't fucking improvements there.
Potter was dog shit.
Yeah, he was dog shit. So you can't. So there's improvements now.
But we're not fighting. We're not competing against Potter's.
Fuck off. We've got 2/3.
We're not. Listen to what I'm saying.
No, I am listening to what you're saying.
You're not, because you're interrupting me.
It's nonsense.
We're not competing against Potter's West Ham.
We are competing.
Hello, listen
we just drew to Man United. We just drew to Bournemouth, who we've never beat.
Just shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying. Why have you got to talk all the fucking time? We are not competing against Potter's West Ham to stay up. We are competing against Burnley, Leeds, Forest, Fulham to stay up. So stop comparing us to Potter's West Ham as a reason why we're staying up, because it's stupid.
Cheer up. Let the season play.
No, listen.
I'm seeing improvements, mate. And
that's good. But
if it don't happen, it don't happen. What the fuck are we going to do?
I'm just saying you're being overconfident.
No, I'm not being overconfident.
I think it's okay to say, do you know what? I think we'll be all right. It's going to be tough. But you're sitting there going, nah, we're going to be fine. We're better than Leeds. We're better than fucking Forest. We're better than this. But we haven't shown it because
I think when it comes down to that biscuit at the bottom of the fucking cheesecake, I think we've got it.
But we ain't fucking shown it. We ain't shown it. We haven't shown it yet, have we? So we haven't got it. We'll get it.
But at the end of the day, what's the saying?
It's not.
The pudding. Say it's in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you talk about improvements, you look at the first half against Bournemouth. You look at when we played Newcastle at home. You look at United away. Brighton away yesterday. There are improvements, but yet we
ain't got that. We ain't seen it out. Yes.
But United, we should have won. Bournemouth, we should have won.
I'm sorry, but without a transfer window, a good transfer window, we're not doing it.
Well, this is what we ain't factoring in. You know, Leeds could go and get a fucking 45 goal a season striker and find him from.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So your confidence is unfounded.
We can't even get a 45-minute fucking season striker.
Yeah, like I said,
look, that is something Nuno has to address. We need a couple of good signings in January, to just help us over the line. It will be tough, but I said it before, and I do think we'll stay up, but it will be tough.
If we stay up, which I think we'll just stay up. I think we'll scrape it, right? It's not going to be like what he's saying is, no problem, no worries, mate. We're in this for the long haul. We're in this battle now for the long haul. We ain't pulling away and we ain't showing our quality over other
teams. I think it's very negative of you. And I think Scott is in. I think is okay. If you say realistic, I say negative. And Scott is in the same boat because Scott ain't having this manager. So,
no, but
I've seen improvements in his manager.
I'm not.
And you've got to start to let him do what he's doing.
I think you're deluded. Okay. You can say I'm negative, but I think you're deluded.
I'm surprised with Scott and his opinion and Nuno really, because I know he was sort of one that got behind Moyes, he got behind Lopetegui and Potter as well. And I'm surprised that he
weren't having Potter, to be fair.
No, he weren't.
He weren't having Potter, but I'm surprised how quick he's gone against Nuno. I've never seen Scott sort of go against a manager like that.
No, but I think what the big source of frustration is the decision making.
I think that's for all of us. I think it's the subs that he makes, and sometimes his team selections
I was having this argument yesterday. Moyes used to do things like
that. But listen,
and Moyes. I love Moyes, but Moyes used to do things like that.
Make no mistake, I'm behind Nuno, right? I'm not Nuno out. I want Nuno. I said if we get relegated, I'll keep Nuno, right? My point is, I'm looking at the team and I can't sit here and say with confidence we're 100% staying up. We're so much better than Leeds. If we were that much better than Leeds, we wouldn't be so.
Mate, I remember sitting here feeling like this when we went down in 02-03. So, you know what I mean? Like when you look at the quality we had then. Compared to this,
we got 42 points that season. That's European football.
To lose Wan-Bissaka and DU for AFCON is going to be really tough. And this is actually the other thing, because you're very confident about Fulham, which I think you're overconfident in Fulham. They're losing 3 massively key players in AFCON. And their manager is out of contract in the season. Now, we know what happens when managers are out of contract.
I watched Fulham post-December. Against Palace, and Fulham looked totally different. Don't get me wrong, the other night, probably one of the best games I've seen in a long time when City and Fulham 5-4. Fulham have got, the only thing I look at the difference between us and Fulham is Fulham have got attacking threat. And they can score goals. Now, this is the only thing that lets us down is our forward line, I think, is that we don't take enough opportunities or even create enough opportunities.
But the thing is, and this is this has got to be factored in. We're one Bowen injury away from catastrophe, aren't we? Let's be honest.
We're a lot. Even
one Fernandez, Potts. Potts. One defender away from.
The squad depth is
fucking shocking,
fucking awful.
I mean, I looked at the bench yesterday, and I remember looking at the bench.
Even Areola,
5 or 6 weeks ago.
Imagine if Areola get injured. We've got Hermanson.
Areola.
I'd chuck Super Fab back in there.
That is true. I would have
Fab him to save the season.
I'd have him over, and this is the thing. We've got the FA Cup coming up, right?
That's the draws tonight, isn't it? 6:30.
So that's going to be very interesting because we've got these extra games in the FA Cup. We're going to have to rotate. Because I'm sorry, like, I know everyone would say I'll take the FA Cup and going down, right? I don't think we've got the minerals to win the FA Cup this year. So, to me, jeopardising our league form to play the full strength team every week in the FA Cup makes no sense. Because you could take our full strength, we could get to the semis or whatever. We're not gonna. It sounds negative. People think I'm negative. I'm just saying that FA Cup we're gonna have to rotate because we just haven't got the squad.
Depends who we get.
You pick up, but yeah, depends who we get. Yeah,
if you get a lower team, you can rotate.
We honestly.
We had to lower teams. Didn't fucking we go Kidderminster the other year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Kidderminster,
Shrewsbury,
Wimbledon twice, Oxford, yeah.
Not twice at Wimbledon. We've been once.
That's just in recent.
But we got fucking battered in the second one. I was there at both.
So was I.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some shockers against, so we can't take any of these teams lightly.
I'll be honest with you. If we go out, we go out.
Yeah, listen.
I think there's more important things at the helm at the minute.
Yeah, a cup run is
be lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely, but right now I think we've really got to stay up and try to. Because the thing is, and on a positive note, when I look at it, right, I look at Fernandez, Magassa, Potts, Steve. They're all really young players.
Yeah,
right?
and
so
they can develop.
So if we can keep these players,
we won't keep Magassa if we go down.
No, that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. If we need to stay up,
at what we've got there as a midfield three.
This is why we need to stay up because
I think we're going to struggle.
That's the future.
Fernandez.
This is why I like Nuno because he is giving these players a chance, and for him to bring Potts in and trust him as much as he does. You know, if Potter would have done that in the season, we might still be sitting here talking about Potter.
We probably haven't had such a young, talented team since the Redknapp days. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at in terms of...
They're two great signings, Magassa and him. It's just a shame that
I think that's why people were disappointed with the starting lineup yesterday when they didn't see Magassa because, you know... he deserved to be starting yesterday.
You got to keep that momentum. He's just scored first goal for West Ham.
And the next one's going to be tough.
He would have been disappointed to see that team sheet come out and see he's not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, that one's going to be tough. That one's going to be tough next
He would have been on such a high coming out of Old Trafford. And he probably has been in training all week. He's probably been the best player in training. But look, you know, we go again on Sunday. As I said, Villa's going to be a tough game. Special day because obviously it's a tribute to Billy Bonds. So let's hope these players fucking get up for it and play like fucking show some spirit like
we said that before the Liverpool game, to be fair, and they didn't.
Yeah, but the Liverpool game was different, wasn't it? Like it was, you know, Liverpool are Liverpool. Despite they're in a bad run of form, they've still got £150 million player, striker, £100 million midfielder. You know, so that's why they pay the money because they take the chances. We didn't against Liverpool. Didn't even have a shot on target. Right. So Liverpool was always going to be a difficult game. Yeah, we could have got something out of it. We should have got something out of it. But that's the difference between when you spend £500 million in a transfer window and we get Callum Wilson on the players to play.
I know you say that.
Callum Wilson, right?
No, I'm not knocking Callum Wilson.
I saw a stat, right? He's had more in goal involvements than any striker scored.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of fans
signed over the window.
A lot of fans were slagging off Callum Wilson. They didn't wait. They said
I was one.
Never. Or dismiss players like that because they've been around for a long time and they know where the goal is. And Callum Wilson's proved that this season. He's been one of our better players.
Yeah, I agree.
In a poor
the thing is, it's always... When it's being reported as a Sullivan signing, you're always going to be up against it, right? Because no one wants to see Sullivan getting involved in transfers, right? No one wants to see Will Salthouse getting involved in transfers.
Let's be honest, right? When this come along, we all expected Antonio to re-sign. We all expected Wilson to sign.
Yeah, but I think Antonio's finished.
He's finished. Of course he's finished.
No one signed him up yet.
No, he's finished because he's...
And no one probably will.
No, he's finished.
He went on trial for Brentford and it didn't even last 2 games. 2 days, sorry.
He's done, mate, unfortunately.
Yeah, his legs are gone. Like, that accident's done him. He's actually done him. Like, so, which is a shame. But
yeah...
I don't like the way... I'm going to be honest with you. I love Antonio. But I don't like the way he slagged off the club and all that sort of thing.
I think that's mainly to do with Potter, though, isn't it? I think Soufal's come out and said it.
Yeah, Soufal one was surprising. But I understand that, right? But like, you know, for Antonio to come out and talk about loyalty to clubs and all that, mate, we paid him while he was, you know, he's done that fucking twice.
Yeah,
I get
you know what I mean? Like,
100% get that, and I agree. I think sometimes Antonio used to say a lot of things when he played for us, which used to frustrate the life out of me. But he's obviously bitter because his career has been taken away from him.
Yeah.
And he probably never got that opportunity to say goodbye to the fans. He's a modern day, no, I'm not going to say legend, but a modern day
icon,
hero for West Ham at the moment. Like in the last few years,
top goal scorer.
Top goal scorer. He's played in the last game at the Bowling, scored in that game.
Yeah.
Conference League winner. So he's been involved in a lot of West Ham. So it's just. But for the game, look, point away at Brighton don't sound as that bad, but it is when you think.
Yeah. Like I said, if we go and beat Villa, then we look back and go, brilliant point.
Yeah.
But you have to start winning the games you're not expected to win.
Looking
at the winnable games.
You look at these games in the previous seasons, you'd say these two were free hits. There's no free hits. You've got to fucking smack something out of the park.
Yeah, because this is the thing. Like, we're in a situation now where we're watching other teams and hoping they drop points. Yeah. Our destiny is not in our hands, so we have to just win our games and just be on it and hope for they slip up. And then once we take over,
and that's all we can do: win our games and let the others worry about themselves.
Yeah. But what I was trying to say earlier is, I'll just say, I think if we stay up, and it is crucial up, the future is bright because we have something to build on in terms of a squad.
If we can get a fucking good centre back, like a really good centre back to partner to Debo.
It's not only what we've got starting; it's what we've got coming through as well.
Yeah.
You look at the youngsters that are sniffing around. I mean, Kante got us come on at Old Trafford. I
want to see some consistency though, right? You know what I mean? You see these players for one game. And then they go missing again.
Yeah, but they will. But that's
where's Fearon?
Yeah, there's a lot of players more established at the moment that are on that bench, and you can't like Fearon, Kante.
Why are we wasting our time with people like Fulkrug,
Rodriguez?
Rodriguez played the other day, but
why are we wasting our time with him?
I get that, but it's a. I'd like to see more of Kante. I'd like to see more of Fearon, and that's why the FA Cup is important.
Well, I'd rather see someone like you fucking dragged out the crowd than get a game rather than people like fucking Fulkrug. I really would. Like people like Fulkrug.
I'd rather play Fulkrug than me. I can't fucking hardly walk.
But no, neither can I. But I'm just saying. But do you know what I'm saying? Though?
No, I know that.
There's no affiliate. The geezer's talking about leaving straight away. Do you know what I mean? Like, I watched him in the two games that he's come on. He's walking around the pitch.
He don't want to get injured. He's never been good enough for Premier League football. He's never been good enough for us, and that's why.
So why waste your time with him?
When people like on social media were so far up his arse because he come out and said a few words. Geezer's been injured. He's not even been involved. Comes back and does nothing. Don't sit there and tell other players what he should be doing when your game is shit. You're not doing anything. So. As soon as we get rid of him, and this is why it frustrates me when we've handed people like Skamaka out of the club and Haller out of the club, and they're miles ahead of Fulkrug, miles ahead of him. I would have any of them two over Fulkrug.
Yeah, but unfortunately we just
nobody
play
even wanted fucking Fulkrug. Let's be honest, he was meant to be a bluff, wasn't he? He ended up fucking signing.
Yeah, honestly, it's the curse of the striker continues. I mean,
I watched something,
especially when we chose him over Duran.
Yeah, which great. Really, it's looking like we dodged a bullet with Duran because he's having problems.
I'd have rather had Duran here.
No, I'm not saying choose in between, but I'm just saying Duran, I think, would have upset the dressing room. He seems like a bad apple.
Man.
Yeah, he caused problems at Villa. He's caused problems in Turkey, right? He seems to be if he would be at a top team, he's a bad apple. So I think, listen, for what he was doing, it'd been great, but
at least he would have had some resale value, and we'd have fucking at least got a fucking bit of running out of him. It's more than we're getting out of Fulkrug.
Yeah, this is it. We might not get any money for him. That's going to be a big waste.
But there's been bad decisions made all season. I mean, the decision to allow Alvarez to go out on loan was a mistake.
That is not a mistake. That is a fucking travesty. That is crime.
I mean, it's a shame we couldn't bring him back in January because I think you'd do well under Nuno.
Mate, centre back. He just won the fucking tournament.
Just playing him in his natural position.
But I'm just saying, like, the fact that he come out and had that tournament and then said about how much he wants to go back to West Ham. What he was doing there, he knew he'd fell out with Potter and he was putting the ball back in Potter's court, right? Yeah. And then to do that, he's just got player of the tournament playing at centre back. We're fucking crying out for centre backs. Yeah, he scored the winning goal in the final. And then he's come out and went, I'm so looking forward to going back to West Ham now, like, because they were talking about Kudus, and Kudus had just left. Do you think you'd leave?
Yeah.
No, I'm going back. I want to play for West Ham. Like, I owe the crowd something.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I want to do that. And then he goes and gives and loans him off. To
It's poor. I probably would rather.
Geezer should be fucking up on the dock.
I probably would rather have him at centre back because obviously it's allowed players like Magassa and Potts to come through.
Right.
I think if he was here playing
midfield, that's what I'm saying.
I think if he was in midfield, it blocks the pathway for one of those. So it's poor, but it's kind of worked out in that we've now got Potts established, which is what we want, and he could be a future captain.
I'm just saying he could have played centre back. He could have played centre back a lot better than Kilman's been playing.
Yeah. Well, that's not saying much.
So there we go.
You know what I mean?
Right. Thank you to the Roundhouse for having us over at Dagenham. Is there anything coming up here, Dan?
And Roundhouse, obviously all the Christmas stuff going on. Saturdays, Fridays, Christmas parties, DJ. Coming up.
You see all the decorations are going up, yeah?
Yeah, they've got all the decorations. There's a tree over there. Yeah. So, come down, have a drink. Great place.
And thank you to OK Jerseys as well. You can get you £15 jerseys. Click the link in the QR code up there or up there.
Scan it. Don't click it.
Yeah, don't click it. Sorry, scan it. Scan the QR code. Get you £15 jerseys with 8% off with the code Nicky. But there we go. Thank you very much. Anything left to say, boys?
Just one thing.
Come on, you